like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Good evening, everybody. I am Raymond, author of the Dolphin Wars book series and ruler of the best pod on YouTube. And tonight we have another book interview. I have here Peggy Sue Clay, the author of Tangled Hearts. It's a romantic mystery thriller, and I'm looking forward to talking to her about her book. But before we get going, as always, if you like what we're doing here at the pod, if you love interviews, and if you enjoy Just Cuz and Surfside Chat, please like and subscribe. Also, if you know anybody out there, any creators that I should interview, please send me their names and contact information so I can reach out to them. So, hello, Peggy Sue. How are you?
I'm good, Raymond. How are you?
I am doing wonderful. Looking forward to this evening.
Yeah, I am too.
Good. We will now introduce the amazing chat and what keeps the chat going. We have my amazing wrench team. We've got Legatus Legionai, who was the first here, prepping the place apart. And getting us ready to have fun. We've got Sport Pupas! You were come. Let's hear about books. We've got John Randall here. Sorry about the stuff going on with your Mom, but hopefully everything's getting better on that. We got Pudgy Hedgehog, who just catapulted in, waving and bouncing happily. Hello, Pudgy. And there
Hello.
he is. Hey, Pudgy. And we also have my amazing other half, my better half, Sandra. She's the producer and the one who keeps me out of trouble here. As she laughs. And Pudgy's hugging everybody. All right, Pudgy. Can't have a King Dolphin TV show without a hedgehog hug. And right now we have, and I know this is you, but I'm still going to say hello to Jellicle Cat. I guess that's your alter
Hello,
ego.
that's me.
That's your YouTube alter ego.
Yep.
All right. So, the people that are here, hopefully more people will be coming in. How we do this, and I know you guys know the rules, but I know you don't know rules. So, I will ask questions. I will ask Peggy Sue questions, and we'll find out more about her book and stuff like that. And then we open it up to you guys, the chat. Yes, there's got to be rules or there's chaos. You get cats and dogs living together and all that stuff. You got
It's a world gone mad.
you are the world gone mad. You got the polarity getting confused. You got to.
But that's why we have sonic screwdrivers, so we can reverse the polarity.
Yeah, but then you confuse it.
If you have two together, you will, certainly.
Yes. Yeah, they're saying rules. What rules? And then we've got all of us know the rules. Not all of us obey the rules. And then we've got Budgie saying step 1 intro, step 2 Raymond interview, step 3 questions, step 4 Belgian. See what I got to deal with here.
There's one in every bunch, I guess.
Well, yeah, but it's every bunch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's a mad.
Well, then that just makes it more fun.
Yeah, of course. It's a mad world. Sandra says there's chaos anyway. Chaos. Spirits who studied locksmithing. Ooh, that would be scary. All right. So, okay. So, again, I will ask questions and then open it up to you guys. So, but if you guys want to start putting out questions, just don't do it too soon because otherwise they get lost in StreamYard. So, all right. So, Peggy Sue, you are the author of Tangled Hearts. Mm-hmm. You can see the logo on the splash page, but why don't you show us your book?
All right, guys, here it is. Now, I should tell you that this strip is for, it says not for resale. So when you buy it, you will not have that strip.
All right.
Here you go.
Ooh, move it a yeah, okay. Wow.
Is that okay? Can you all see it okay?
Yes, that is a nice cover.
It is gorgeous.
Yes, it is. And that cover came from our very own Fet for Hire.
Fet for Hire. Let me show you the back. I designed the front. I actually drew that out ages ago. And he did the digital version, and it's beautiful. It was his idea to change the. I'm dyslexic. This is not good for dyslexic. He changed the color of the font and the color of the hearts, and he did the back cover. That is just gorgeous.
Yes,
it is beautiful. He did an awesome job.
Yes, Fet is amazing. He is an amazing person. So please
Absolutely.
subscribe to Fet for Hire.
I second that. He's got a Facebook page, too. Go subscribe to that as well.
Yes. And Legatus Legionized says that's a collector's piece. Oh, yeah. Indeed. Anything of Fet is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
He designed 2 of the covers in my second and third book, and he designed the cover for what will be the second edition of my first book. So
very cool.
Yes. All right. So time to begin. And we'll start by Okay. Tell us a bit about yourself. Again, you don't have to totally dox, but just enough to wet our whistles.
Just the bullet points.
Just the bullet point.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised in Southwest Oklahoma, and spent most of my life here. Left, came back. When I'm not writing, I love paper crafting. I do junk journals, art journals, painting, drawing, a little bit of everything. Okay. So, and I run a blog called the Classic Nickelodeon Fan Blog.
Oh, okay.
So that I post to 3 times a week.
And let me put that out there. There it is. If anybody's interested, go to the Classic Nickelodeon Fan Blog. What is that all about?
That is for those of us who remember the ancient of days on Nickelodeon. I am one of the very few, if not the only person who actually remembers Nickelodeon in its infancy from the very, very early 80s. So my blog focuses on 80s Nickelodeon. Most of them you'll find today, they're doing everything on the 90s stuff. But as I said, I'm one of the very few people who actually talk about 80s, and I kind of treat my blog like if I owned a television station, what would I want to air? So I do special deliveries, and I have a posting schedule. If you'll go to that, it'll tell you what I post, when I post, and why I post it. Mm-hmm. And I just try to make it very family friendly with all the stuff that's in the world. It's very family friendly, and I think people will like it. If you look in the archives. I did used to actually write articles on the different shows. And if anybody remembers Jake from Pinwheel, I did an interview with Jake. So that's on there as well. So, yeah, just go explore, have fun.
Okay. So what made you want to write a novel?
Well, I've always kind of written my whole life. Little bit in little bit in grade school, a little bit in high school. I think I even actually entered a contest in high school. Didn't win, otherwise I'd remember. But I mean, I just always kind of wanted to, but never did. And I finally just said, I'm going to do this. And I had a story in my head, and I started working on it. And I got about 17 chapters in, and then I got accepted to a school called the Institute of Children's Literature. And so I took 3 years out of my life, did that, graduated. And so when I graduated, I picked up the story and I started reading, and I said, wow, this is really terrible. Why did I think this was good? And so I started to rewrite it, and I got writer's block.
Of course.
And I gave it a little time, and then I started again. Finally, I worked through the writer's block, and here we go. So,
good.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to write that first novel?
Well, from the time I graduated to now, 7 years.
7 years?
Which was probably way too long, but I had a lot of writer's block, was terrible. So I knew what I wanted to say, and I knew where my characters were going, but it was trying to figure out how do I move them into this direction. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how you write, but for me, I would go to bed thinking about the book. I would wake up thinking about the story and how do I do this? And a lot didn't make it onto the page, but and then countless edits and
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
my first one went through. I started writing it on an old plunkety typewriter.
Wow.
When I graduated high school.
Wow.
And went through all sorts of iterations for over 40 years.
Wow.
Until I figured out a hook, and it just fit into place. Once I got that hook, the second book wrote itself.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
And then the third one came out. Did have some writer's block there, but then tried a different approach. So
right.
So that was my writing story. And so 7 years it took you to write your first novel.
Yes.
And what I like to do is ask authors, what was the writing process, and what was your inspiration for this, and just go ahead.
I don't know if I won't say where, but when I started this, it was actually a fan fiction, and but it was a crossover fan fiction, and I knew those characters because I knew the shows, and then I had to add in my own characters and how did it flow, and the further it got along, I have a friend named Tammy, and she kept saying, "You need to publish this." I said, "I can't." She said, No, change all the names, get it published. She was right. God bless her, she was right. And that's kind of how that came along. So I started writing towards the strength of the characters, and another thing for me, and I have a new story that I'm working on. I'm doing the same thing with it. I kind of thought, if this were a movie, who would play these parts? And so I would picture the actor, and I actually went online and I found lots of different pictures of the actors that I wanted and saved them. And so I had the actors in my head and say, well, he can play to this and he can play to that, and she's really good at this. And that's what I'm doing for my new one as well. Who would I get to play these parts? And I wrote to their strength. Will it ever get made? Who knows? But it worked. And I don't, you talked about typing yours out. Every day when I write, I laugh at myself because, you watch Murder, She Wrote, and Jessica's sitting there do 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 do, and she's typing away on that typewriter. I can't do. I have to physically get a notepad out and write it with a pencil and write it out. And I don't know why, but that just seems to work for me. And then I type it up later when I'm done. So
well, I go directly to a typewriter because my writing is so horrible. Yeah. There are days that I can't read it. So,
I know that feeling. I know. Sometimes I pick it up and I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I think I need to pray for interpretation because I'm just not understanding what I wrote. But then you start reading around it and you're like, oh, yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. So it works for me. I know that's kind of weird, but, I'm kind of a dinosaur in that regard anyway. I actually I have a house phone. I have a cell phone to play on, but I have a house phone to talk to people on. Okay. I still have a record player. I don't play records on it, but I have a record player. So I'm a very happy dinosaur. I'm cool. So yeah.
So yeah. Okay. So what other stories have you written?
Okay, so I mentioned the writer's block while I was doing this one. Horrendous writer's block. Mm-hmm. So while I was kind of taking a break from this one, I actually wrote 2 full children's stories. Mm-hmm. But I wanted this one to be the first one published, so they're still just on my computer, hanging out, waiting.
Okay.
And so I've got the 2 kid stories, and then I have another one that is 3/4 of the way finished. Mm. And when I finished this one, I thought, well, I'll go to the 3/4 one because it's mostly done. I just kind of have to start filling in some blanks. Did I do that? No. I started a brand new story from scratch. And it's, I will say this, it may or may not be based in reality. You never know. I mean, is this a real person? Did all of this stuff really happen? Or is it fiction? Or you'll just have to wait and see because the guy is a real. I'm not. He's just something else. That's all I'm going to say. The main guy, he's a bad dude.
The guy you like the character you love to hate. Every book.
I don't think you're going to even love him to hate him that much. He's just, I think JR looks good next to him.
Ooh, that's a blast from the past. Hello,
I know.
Hello, Big Bad Brat 100. Welcome.
Hey, girl.
Oh.
I know who that is. Hey, girl.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the chat. Please like and subscribe. Okay. Okay. I like it. I like making notes on. Okay, so you've got couples, children's stories, and so other stuff in the work. Okay. Yeah. Now I know I don't like spoilers or giving out spoilers for the most part. So can you give us a spoiler-free synopsis of your book of Tangled Hearts?
I tell you what, I'll tell you the prologue. How's that?
Okay, sounds good.
Because it'll set it up, but you won't know what happens until you actually read it.
Okay.
So, and I will say this before I tell you that. When you read the last few lines, because I did a prologue and an epilogue, when you read those last few lines of the epilogue, I promise your jaw will hit the floor. I wrote it, and when I read it back, I'm still, it still gets me. I mean, I read the last chapter, and I read the last few words, and I cried. And then you read the epilogue, and you're like, no, no. I promise you guys will be surprised. I wrote it, and I was surprised. So in the epilogue, we meet a girl named Kate. Well, there's 3 siblings. So there's Matt, he's the oldest. Then there's Josephine, and everybody calls her Jo for short. And then there's Catherine, the baby. Everybody calls her Cat, except the one guy calls her Katie. So she's Katie throughout the book. So Katie falls in love with Matt's best friend, but he's 5 years older than she is. And, he's like, okay, nice kid. Well, on her 18th birthday, he finally asks her out on a real date. They become a couple. And about 2 years or so into the relationship, one morning she wakes up and he's just gone. It's like he's completely disappeared. His clothes are gone. There's no note. There's no phone call. Nothing. Just nothing. So shortly after that, her brother gets killed. And then shortly after that, she finds out she's pregnant.
Whoa.
So then the first chapter picks up 20 years later. Her brother's friend has been killed in a very similar manner to the way her brother died. And later on, there's an attempt on her life and she has to flee the city. But is she safe, or you're going to have to find out.
Okay.
And then there's that epilogue that'll drop your jaw.
Okay.
So I hope that wasn't too much of a spoiler.
No. That is perfect. Nice synopsis. So in essence, it follows this woman's path 20 years later after some sinister things are going on.
Yes.
Okay.
And there may or may not, well, there is actually, there is one scene in the whole book that happened in real life, but it's different. It reflects what happened, but it's completely different. It's completely changed.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And it happened to me, in case anybody's wondering.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, she says sounds interesting. Okay, and let's see here. Okay. Do you foresee, based on, do you foresee it becoming a sequel? Is there enough out there? Is this a one-off, or is there enough out there?
I mean, to me, this is a one-off.
Okay.
Now, my friend thinks, oh, you could write a prequel, and so I'm not into prequels. I think it's a one-off, but I think there may be a chance down the road that maybe one or two characters show up in another book I have an idea for. But that's kind of down the road. I got to plan for that one a little bit. It's one of those, I know what I want to say, but I kind of have to go back and I have to read some stuff, and I have to read some old newspapers and forum posts and kind of get prepared and take notes and that kind of stuff. I'm considering bringing back one character possibly for a story down the road. So we'll see. I don't know.
Okay. This question, it's kind of odd. Is it just you involved into your books, or do you have like a specific editor? Do you have I know Fett has become your cover maker.
Yes, he is my artist, my resident artist. My friend Cheryl did my editing for me.
Okay.
So I actually sent to the printer. I put everything in double space, and I sent it to the printer, and I had them bind it, with a plastic spine. And I got 2 copies, one for her and one for me, and we physically read it and took a pencil and sat there and edited it by hand. And then I came to the computer and I sat here with the thing in front of me and went through, made all the changes, even added few little things that I wasn't expecting to add.
Okay.
So so it's just kind of very, very few of us, all 2 of us.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's great. Okay. Now I know there's people chomping at the bit.
Okay.
So let us do open up some comments, and then we'll start with the questions. Let's see. John. Oh, there's once again, there's her blog spot. Now, I got a question. Was this around did you write about the old Ren and Stimpy, or was that in the 90s?
That was 90s.
Okay.
It was long after me.
Okay. All right. Because Nickelodeon had some good stuff as
Yeah. Well, they did when I was there. They, in my opinion, they kind of fell off the rail when they got into the 90s. But that's just me because I saw the 80s stuff, you know. I'm very opinionated about that, but I'm going to try to be really reserved because I'll go off on a tangent. And we don't want to get too far off into the weeds here.
True. All right, but there's her site. Okay, and John Wendell loved his typewriter with the ball and whiteout tape. Oh yeah.
Oh, wow.
This was even more Stone Age, John. I think this was World War II typewriter.
Don't lie, you were sitting there with a chisel and a hammer like on the Flintstones.
Yeah, I did that too. Snorter Poopa says, don't tell Pudgy, but I always like quill pens. He might not understand. Oh, snort. Legatus asks, Rock Hudson and Doris Day probably as your characters.
No. I mean, am I allowed to even say who I would have? Do y'all want to know who I had in mind for these people or no? Or am I allowed to even say that because it was a fanfic? I don't know.
Let's...
I mean, I don't want to get sued, but...
Yeah.
But, I mean, I was inspired, but, yeah.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. Legatus says, doctor's handwriting. Oh, yeah. No, I make doctors shame. I make doctors cry when I write. Okay. Let's see. Down. John Randall says, 2 houses, both alike in dignity in fair Verona, where we set our seat. Oh, wrong prologue. John! Okay. And then Snorter Poopas has a comment on your story. It sounds like a series of coincidences to me.
Buy it and find out.
And now let's get to the nitty gritty, even though everybody had nitty gritty stuff. Legatus with the first question. In your notebook, do you write just the outlines or the full novel, any doodles, or just your writings, printed or cursive? I think this is a cue to show us the notebook.
Oh, you want to see it? You guys want to see how I write?
Go ahead. Show us the notebook.
I have 2 versions of this. Actually, I have the Ancient of Days, the very, very first one. Let's go through a quick tour.
Let's do a quick chisel one.
Yeah, let's go to the stone chisel one. So this was the first one with a flip top, and there it is, all handwritten, notes on the back, all handwritten. That was the first one. Then we moved to this, and there's a whole story behind just this notebook. I'm not going to get into it. So guys, you got to see this. I've got these notes in here that I pin everywhere. I'm trying to find you another one. I've got these little notes pinned everywhere. I mean, I'm dyslexic, so I can't tell what I'm doing here. I would be a terrible puppeteer. I would like to make puppets, but I don't think I could puppeteer them because I'm dyslexic. So you can see all these little things I've got stuffed in here. So that was the second version. Mm-hmm. Now here is the edited version where I took everything. There it is. And I actually drew the hearts that, where is it? Right there. I drew the hearts that Fett used. So here we go. Handwritten.
Nice.
That was one of my notes. Handwritten. Somewhere in here, I have a whole page. There it is. So this right here comes out, and it's just taped in. This was the scene that I wrote that leads directly back to that epilogue where your jaw will drop.
Okay.
And that was just kind of it just sort of came out of nowhere. And I was writing, and I was like, oh, and I had that idea and I just threw it in there. So that's it, guys. I know this is crazy, but yeah, it's all handwritten. Everything. I got to the very last page. And there is the last page. Friday, May the 20th, 2021. 11 a.m. Just finished typing up this book. Thank you, Lord. I miss you. This book is dedicated to my mom, guys. I miss you, Mama. I wish that you could have been here to see this book get published. So there we go. There's the end of it.
Nice.
Oh, so there we go.
There you go, Liz Goddess. The Snorter Pooper says the problem with a lot of prequels is you know what is going to happen to the main character in the future.
Exactly. We want to see continuing stories.
Exactly.
That's a problem with Hollywood. We know what's happening. We want to see what happens after that. If you're gonna, don't bring something back and remake it just to do a terrible job. Continue the story.
Yes.
That's what I want to do. I want to have my own production company. I want to continue a story.
Okay.
I don't want it to, we know what's going on. Oh, hang on. I'll show you my edited version. Hang on. This was my edited version. So there's a spiral. Wow. And it's just, can you see it? Yeah. Can you see my, yeah. With all that stuff all over the book. It's like that. Nice. Yeah. So there we go. All right. From the ancient of days of writing and writing and writing.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, and Pudgy has the question that must be asked, and we cannot progress without it. Pudgy Hedgehog asks, question, favorite cookie?
Chocolate chip.
Chocolate chip. There you go, Pudgy. Chocolate chip. Let's see. Snorter Poopus asks, have you ever had a character go in a direction that you had not originally intended?
Well, I'm still new to this, so not yet, but there's always a chance in the future.
Okay. John Rendell says, don't kill the mystery. Yes, indeed.
I don't know anything, guys. You're not going to get nothing out of me. Buy it and find out. Buy it and find out.
I know nothing. I know
nothing. I'm very good at not knowing anything.
But I may be turned over by strudel. Yes. Tony Stark, hello. He says, hail to the pod. I'm on break, but leaving my like and love. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Tony. Big Bad Brat says her second book is going to be better than the first, if possible. Nice.
I second that.
Yes, I third it.
I'll amen that, as we say. I'll amen that.
Okay. Let's see. The PG version and the R version.
I am a lady. Okay. I am a lady. I am as old-fashioned as my name sounds. I'm an 80s girl with a 50s name. It's you know what's happening? You know what's happening. I'll just put it like that. You know what's going to happen.
All right. Yeah. Well, let's see. So, let's see. Okay. Did Jarvis survive the pod raid? He sounded overworked. I don't know what that's all about.
That must be a chat question.
Yeah.
They're chatting amongst themselves, I think.
Yeah, chatting amongst themselves. And, okay, I got a DM to Pat S when I get a chance, okay? Okay, chat. Hey, Pat, just give me your, no, I think I have your thing in Twitter, so I'll do that.
I have to say, I'm enjoying these avatars, guys.
Yeah. John Randall says, very cool regarding notebooks, etc.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. And hello, Pat S. Welcome. Another one of our regulars. And now you got me wondering. Let's see. I am sure the mama was reading it too. Okay.
Oh, thank you.
Let's see. Okay. Prequels, sequels, and nyquils.
That's good.
Oh, that's right. We rated Tony Stark's channel. we did a pod raid. Let's see. John Randall says, chocolate chip, yay! Stock the kitty table. If you haven't
There we
seen
go.
if you haven't seen a Just Cuz, you know we have a kitty table.
Oh, okay, okay. Cool.
Okay, let's see. John Randall says, kudos to you for being a lady.
Thank you.
Okay. Snorter Poopus asks, is the setting for the story based on a place you've lived or a totally fictional location?
It's set in Tulsa, but I'm not in Tulsa. I'm in Oklahoma, but I'm in Southwest Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
But she has to flee. Remember, she has to flee the city.
That's right.
So where does she go? Where does she go? You'll find out.
Tulsa always seems to be the place where shenanigans happen.
I'm telling you, there's always something up there.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so look for more questions. Romance, mystery, thriller. Is it more like heart-to-heart TC show? I mean, he probably meant television show. Inspector Clouseau, Agatha Christie. Ooh.
Tammy, what do you think? I don't know. You tell them. You've read it. Speak up, Tams.
Yeah, Tams. Let Legatus know. And Pat S says, yes, hello. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
And Big Bad Brett says, Peggy has a knack for writing adult-themed stories, but keeping it classy.
There you go.
Yep.
Thank you, Tammy.
That's how it should be. Ooh, classy but spicy and steamy. Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Let's see.
Now wait till you get to the next one. Holy smokes. Now it's still going to be classy, but there are very sensitive subjects that I will have to tread lightly, but you're going to know what's going on. You're going to get the picture.
Snorter Poopus asks, do you base your characters on people you know or have known?
Well, I guess when you write, I guess I'm kind of Katie, you know. The others were just fiction. Again, the next one. Look for the next one. That's roughly based on perhaps someone I know.
Okay. And she was pleased that I read the comment. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. Let's see. It's based on people she hasn't met yet.
There you go.
Yeah. Hello, Matt G. Hello, Matt G.
Hello.
Welcome to the book interview. Glad you're here. Classy, spicy, and steamy, just the way I like my soup.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. But is it flavored walrus or walrus soup or seal soup or what? Smarter Poopus is smarter than the average bear.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yes. Let's see. Okay, guys. Come on, more questions. Okay.
I'm surprised my Nickelodeon people haven't showed up. I sent them an invitation.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh. Big Bad Brat, you better send out the
link.
Yeah, send the link and get them here. Okay. And I think this is a good question. Will this be part of a series, trilogy, or open-ended? So long as there is a story to be written, the story will go on.
There you go.
Well said. Well said.
There you go. No, this one's a one-off, but as I said, I'm considering bringing back one or two possibly characters for a book way kind of down the road.
Okay. Yeah. Now, do your character? You said you do have your characters do talk to you in your sleep. Um,
Me? No, no,
no?
no. But I think about them so much.
Yeah.
As I said, I knew where I wanted to go with the story, but I had to figure out how to get them there. So the stories are always on my mind. My new story is always in my head. How do I get them there? How do I introduce this new character? The new one I'm working on, I had started writing it in first person, kind of like almost like a diary.
Mhm,
And then I realized it was getting very flat and boring.
mhm.
So I had to change perspective. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have two prologues. One to introduce the character saying, "This is who I am, and this is why I'm doing this." And then the second one sets up the scene for the rest of the book.
Okay.
So,
I like listening to other people's processes because mine is totally, totally avant-garde. But
yeah.
I'm sure somebody else does it. But I don't. My characters talk to me, and I know another author whose characters talk to her. But I sort of act. I sort of act the parts out in my brain,
I've done that. Now I have done that. Yeah. Yeah. When I first
and it's
started it, I kind of act it out and speak it out loud and work it out. Yeah.
and it's always
Yeah.
strange when people look at you as you're talking to yourself.
At the time, it was just me and the cats, and now it's just me. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It was a nice way to pass the time away as you're doing a long ass commute.
There you go.
Um, John asks, do you kind of storyboard the story with mental pictures?
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Yes.
Well, with all the notepads, I would imagine you do.
And I've got one of these. Oh, I'll get an idea and I will just literally grab whatever little scrap of papers around me, scratch out the idea, file it away. And now I've moved on to actual note cards for the new one because for the new one I had to do a lot of research on personalities, on laws, drug laws, all kinds of things. And then I had to write all my characters out. Who were they? Were they living? How? What is their job? How do they meet the guy? So yeah, so I'm running over with note cards for the new one.
Okay. Let's see. Diary. But isn't how Bram Stoker wrote Dracula? It could become a classic for you too.
Hey, you never know. I'll receive that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes. Definitely.
I'm not huge on vampires though. Werewolves okay. Vampires, not so much.
How are you on science fiction or fantasy?
I love science fiction and fantasy. So some I won't watch if it gets a little. Don't get offended by this word, guys. But if it's a little too demonic, I'm not into it. But I really love B science fiction films. I grew up. My mother loved the B science fiction films, but back then we didn't know that there was a word for B science fiction films. Everything was just a monster movie. You know, giant creatures, monster movie. King Kong, Godzilla, monster movie. Space aliens, monster movie. Everything was a monster movie. So now I do have a personal blog that I did not list. It's called A Few Thoughts, A Few Memories. It's also on Blogspot. And on Saturdays, I do a sci-fi Saturday, and I post like 2 sci-fi films. You know, and if I get a little lazy, sometimes I skip a week so we have a layover. But yeah. I mean, I want to do my own science fiction stuff too. So yeah.
Sounds like you would be interested in a certain 2 up to possibly 3 book series I know of.
Oh, okay. What are they? I thought you meant, am I going to write them? I'm like, I don't know how to write them. So I have half a script that I've written for a series, but yeah.
Oh, yes. www.thedolphinwars.com.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Shameless self-plug.
Hey, go for it. You can send me the link. You can email me the link.
Okay, there you go. Come on. Well, wow, yep, there it is. For all things Dolphin Wars, there's the
Cool.
link.
And I will, after this stream, guys, I will go back and I'll read all your comments. But you keep seeing me turn my head. It's because I call it my big computer, is over here. And that's where all the questions are coming across. So I'm not reading them. I'm watching you guys.
Okay. Well, that's why I do the
Cool.
study note cards. Have you ever gotten all these ideas, personalities, etc., but could not decide on who? Throw the note cards and all those that I like that. All those that fall together becomes party of that character.
Okay, wait a minute. Let me read it again. Study note cards. All these could not decide on whom. Throw the note cards and all those fall together becomes party. No, I'm actually kind of keeping them straight. I'm dyslexic and I think I have a bit of ADD, but somehow I'm keeping them all straight. I don't know how that works, but it's happening. Yeah.
Good. John asks, do you listen to music when writing? If so, what?
Absolutely. I like a wide variety of music. So because I'm an 80s kid, when I say 80s kids, you guys, you're not an 80s kid if you were born in the 80s. It's where you spend your teenage years. That's what you are. So I spent all of my teenage years in the 80s. I listened to a lot of 80s music in English and Spanish. Now, I can't speak Spanish, but I am part Mexican. So there was a lot of Spanish around the house with my mom and her two sisters and my mama, their mom, my grandmother. So I'll listen to Spanish music. I'll listen to stuff that's out now. It just kind of depends on my mood. There's always a radio in my head, and I'm always changing stations. Sometimes it's English, sometimes it's Spanish, sometimes it's Cirque du Soleil, sometimes it's 90s country, because in the 90s country was good. I don't like it now, but hey. Yeah.
I don't like country anyway.
The 90s stuff was pretty good, but all the other stuff I can kind of do without.
Is Katie's male best friend coming back?
Which male best friend?
Is she trying to bait you?
She is. You just want him back. Girl, you just want him back. I know what that's about.
Well,
I know what that's about. Hey, you never know. You never know. He was actually the one I was kind of thinking about bringing back. But we don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
I'll
get a call about that later. What do you mean?
Florida Poopa says research is very important for fancy word alert verisimilitude. Boy, I said it right.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't know. Nothing can
okay,
get tracked.
Put in the dictionary version next time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
What was that, Sandra?
I said put in the dictionary version. Some of us don't know these words.
Nothing can detract from the enjoyment of a novel more than having incorrect or out of period terms used. Okay. And John Rendell says, my era.
Rock on.
And he's reminding her, Snort, that she's talking about the 80s. Okay. And then Pudgy says, Donde es muy burrito? That means buy Peggy Sue Clay. Way to go, Pudgy. Way to go,
awesome.
Pudgy. Yes. The multi-language.
Just because I don't speak Spanish, but I do know a phrase or two. But way to go, Pudgy. Right on.
Yes. That means buy Peggy Sue. Hey, Snorpoopus, did you use a thesaurus for that word?
You know we did. He's sitting over there like this going, what can I use today?
And Big Bad Brad says, the one she slept with. Ooh.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
I know exactly who that is. You just want him to come back. Yeah, I kind of want him to come back too, actually.
Yes, that was my teenage era. My current era is the 1880s.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Ooh, Victorian. A Victorian John Rendell.
Hey, look, if Doctor Who was real, and I know you're saying yes, if Doctor Who is real and that TARDIS shows up, baby, we're going back to the 80s, but we're taking a VCR, a bazillion blank tapes, and we're going to go record every day on Nickelodeon. And we're going to come back here, put them on DVD, and sell the crap out of them. There you go. And buy every magazine that's out there. And come back with them.
All right. Nice.
I miss the 80s. Can you tell? I'm very 80s mood.
Yeah. 70s was mine. 70s was
I remember
mine.
the 70s. I was a little kid in the 70s, but I remember the 70s.
Snora Boopa says, don't be silly. Snort. Thesauruses have been extinct since the Jurassic period. See what I got to deal with?
I'm just impressed you can say their names. I can't even say their names.
Snort. Give him a salmon, somebody. Let's see. Legata says.
Salmon.
Legata says dream sequence, flashback, or renewed current interactions. Quit giving her my ideas, Legatus.
There is a flashback.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And hello, Stacy Pletcher.
Chris, hi, girl. I'm glad you showed up.
Hello there. Welcome. Please.
Now, her name is Stacy, but I call her Chris, and she calls me Ice. So.
Okay. Well, welcome. Hope you're enjoying the interview, and please lots of good stuff here. Let's see. Snort says, Gadzook, she's on to me.
I just want to pet that little nose every time you bring him up with that big, cute nose.
There you go. Boop,
there we
boop
go. I'm going to pet your nose.
Boop the bear. Boop the bear. John Rendell does a lot of history research. Let's see. Are you planning on writing a lot set during the 80s? Okay.
No. Well, for years I've been threatening to write a book about 80s Nickelodeon.
Ooh.
If that can, but I want to put pictures in the book, and I don't know how to go about that without getting sued. So if you guys have any idea how I can do that, please let me know.
Okay.
And that one I actually do have an outline for. I did the outline for my Nickelodeon book before I even started on Tangled Hearts ages ago.
It may be a matter of contacting Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
Just the thought of that.
I know, right? I know. I feel the same way.
Could be worse. You may have to contact Disney. I can't even say the mouse's name. Let's see. Snort read my mind regarding Thesaurus. And Snort says, and don't forget to bring back a copy of a 70mm print of the original Star Wars. Yeah.
I will start taking notes on that.
All right.
You just can't do better than the originals.
True that. Everybody loves the snoot. Yeah. Oh, Snortapoopas nose controls Wi-Fi. Yes. Have to be careful. Snortapoopas is getting hit upon. Oh. Wow. Well, it's that big polar bear mystique.
I love that you put the cat, because some people, I love the original version of Cats, not the garbage that's out, not the remake on Broadway, and not the terrible Christmas film. The original version, and everybody in real life would call me Cat. And my Jellicle day when I was in all the chat. Hey, that's right. I've got Cat's fan fictions out there. But anyway, my cat name, my Jellicle name, is actually Tigress.
Okay.
And if you go to the fanfic.net,
Mm-hmm.
I sent you the link. But I've got 3 Cats fan fictions up there. Ages and ages old, but
Yeah,
Yeah, they're still pretty good.
I've done a couple fan fictions myself, and I think I put them in there. Let's see. Oh, Legata suggests that she ask KR Companion, as he had those issues with Knight Rider images in his book.
Okay, I have no idea who that is, but on my Nickelodeon blog, there's a contact me thing. You can email me all that information. Please and thank you.
Yeah, he did he did a book on Knight Rider, and I've interviewed him, and
Cool.
and he's got some really good pictures from
Wow.
so.
Okay, thank you so much.
Uh,
Oh no. Oh
or
no.
a cheap polar bear rug. What about an
No.
expensive polar bear rug? I'm getting Tartar Control Wi-Fi. Let's see. Don't even get Stacy says. Don't even get me started on that restaging of Phantom either. We're in the same boat. LOL.
Oh, and Chris, how about Love Never Dies? Lord have mercy, what a train wreck that was. Oh, that was so bad. I'm glad I only rented it and I didn't buy it, because that was really bad. Oh.
Yeah.
If you love Phantom of the Opera,
Mm-hmm.
do not see Love Never Dies. It's terrible. The one song is really good, but the rest of it, oh no, that just went off the rails.
Mm. So yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah. I've Paul Paul Stanley as Phantom of the Opera.
He that actually might work in Love Never Dies. You never know.
Yeah.
It was bad, guys. It was bad. Oh,
Yeah.
it was as bad as the reboot of Cats. It was awful.
Mm. Yeah, I don't know why people have to do regurgitations of stuff like.
I don't either. I could go off on just remakes and how bad they are. I mean, at one time I started making a list, and I just kind of lost track because I was getting mad every time I'd write one down.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. Let's see. Lon Chaney Senior, please.
awesome.
It happened. It happened in Toronto, and Legata says yes. I agree totally.
Exactly.
It the one I don't want to get overly into pop culture, but the one thing that really got me of the Force Awakens is where that big old moon decides to blow up Coruscant, and you see three streaks of light, and I'm saying, okay, I'm not a physicist, but there is a universal speed limit, and you bozos just played around with it. I mean, it's like laws of physics. Hello, McFly. Hello, McFly.
There you go. I'm not sure that I've seen that one. I saw, of course, the original three because I saw those in the movie theater. I am old enough to remember the original three in the theater, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was three after that came out in the end of the 90s. Yeah. And I saw those, and they were okay. I didn't like the very last one, but like I haven't seen any of the newer stuff that everybody talks about. So I just listen because I remember Star Wars from when I was growing up. So it's interesting to listen to. But
you're talking to someone to see the original come out on the day that it came out.
Very cool.
Watched it. Went to the theaters about 15 times afterwards.
Very cool.
Of all the settings for Phantom of the Opera, which city, in your opinion, is best for it?
Current cities? Do you mean current cities if they did it now?
Mm-hmm. Hey, Legatus, can you narrow that down? Is it in the, let's see.
Maybe redefine that just a wee bit,
Yeah.
please.
Snorapupus, I know who said you were into sci-fi. Are there any fictional genres you are keeping in the back of your mind for future books?
Not for future books, but as I said, I would love to start my own production company. And I would really like to do kind of like a Doctor Who Tomorrow People crossover. And that's totally science fiction. So
Okay. Okay.
if that counts, that's not a book, but it's a script,
All right. Let's see. Okay. We haven't missed anything good.
Cool.
And he apologizes on his typing. He doesn't have opposable thumbs. I thought you used your nose, Snort. Who used confusion beam on Pretty Lady? Oh. Okay. Let's see. Any other questions there, gentlemen and ladies? We've gone a good hour, and this is fun.
It's been great. Thank you, guys. I was a little nervous about doing this live, but thank you so much. Everybody's really sweet. You ask good questions, and I really appreciate it. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Oh, glad to do it. Also, when we're done here, stick around for a few minutes afterwards.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Okay, here he goes. I have seen it set in London, Paris, Budapest, New York, Berlin, at the era that Phantom was written. Which city would be the best setting for it?
I think probably Paris.
Paris?
What do you think, Chris? Chris as in Stacy. She knows who she is.
Okay.
I'm more the Cats person. She's the Phantom person. That's why I call her Chris.
Oh, okay.
Short for Christine Daae. Stacy and I met in, what was that, around 2004, 2005, maybe 2003 even, in the Broadway chat room of the Yahoo chats. So we're talking Ancient of Days when Yahoo was still up and running.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how long I'm known. And I met her as Christine Daae in the room, and I was the Ice Queen 500.
Oh, nice.
And I've known Tammy technically since I was 16, but then we didn't become friends until around 2013. 2004. See, I knew she would know.
Yeah. Let's see. John says it's very nice to have you here. Very interesting.
Thank you. That's very sweet.
And she says Paris, but I think we love, and Snort says, we love hearing from authors and hearing about their inspirations and processes.
Cool.
Big Bad Brat 100. Are you sure Peggy Sue would not say Tulsa? LOL. John Randall says, I'd like to see Phantom set in Scranton. I have ulterior motives.
Ooh. John, write it out, even if it's a fan fiction. And then you come on here and be interviewed for your fan fiction, and then we'll go all read that.
And Pudgy likes you. Pudgy like Book Lady. Yeah.
Thank you. I like you too. I love your little hedgehog.
Yes. Okay.
There's actually a hedgehog in 80s Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah?
A Humphreys. There was on Pinwheel they had I call them the Pinwheel cartoons. So they, did kind of like I don't know, not Sesame Street. I hate it when they compare it to Sesame Street. Anyway, so the little cartoon is called Emily, and she has a hedgehog named Humphreys.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Cool. Any relation, Pudge?
Hey, you never know. They could be cousins. We don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. And
yes, you do.
Yes.
Yes. I want to know what happened to that Elvis story you were writing. When we were talking about and you were writing that Elvis story, and I started well, back then it was a different name, but when I started Tangled Hearts,
Mm-hmm.
and Chris and I call Stacy Chris. So Chris and I were on. I think by that time we were on Facebook Messenger, and I'm telling her I have the story for this idea, and then she's like, "Oh, you have to write that." And then she's telling me about her Elvis story, and you were writing that Elvis story, and it was so good, and I don't know whatever happened to it.
Mm.
And this is the story that she and I were discussing that evening.
Mm.
So, yeah.
Phantom in Scranton takes place in theater above abandoned anthracite coal mine.
Ooh.
Ooh, interesting.
I want to hear that story. I want to read that.
And Pudgy ponders maybe Cobalt knows. Let's see. And she says, I'll have to look somewhere.
It was going really good, Chris. I really enjoyed it.
Lagana says, fanfic, any specific genre or show, film, novels would write the most fanfic on?
Well, back then for me it was Cats.
Okay.
I wanted to write a Fame, Ancient of Days again, the television series Fame. I always wanted to do a story. When I was a teenager, that was like one of my most favorite shows. They really need to put the last 4 seasons on DVD, but they won't. But anyway, I always wanted to do a story about Doris. I had an idea for Doris's cousin, who of course was from Oklahoma. And she goes to see Doris in New York, and she meets Danny, who was my favorite guy on the show at the time, and kind of goes from there. But there's a reason why her cousin was in New York. So.
Oh, and speaking of Fame, let's all remember that Irene Cara passed.
Yes, I heard that. It broke my heart.
Yeah.
Oh, the guy from Matlock, Conrad, he just passed as well.
Also,
he was also on, Walker, Texas Ranger.
Yes. He was on Walker, Texas Ranger.
Mm-hmm.
He passed.
My mom loved that show.
Let's see. Nora Pooper says, oh, yes, dialogue. Whenever I try writing fiction, all my characters sound like me.
Oh. But you have to put yourself into the characters. That's what makes them. That's what makes it good.
Yeah. No chandelier to fall. Entire theater falls into coal mine. It catches fire. Hilarity chaos ensues.
I would read that. I think Chris would read that.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. You must be good at listening to catch all the nuances needs to make characters talk like different people. Yeah.
It just takes a bit of practice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Would Cats Meet the Aristocats be an example of such fanfics?
Mm-hmm. That would be a crossover fan fiction.
Yeah, that would be interesting. And Stacy met Chuck Norris. Whoa.
Really? Aw.
Wow.
Oh, well, I wish you'd told that when Mama was still alive.
Wow.
My mom loved Chuck Norris, yeah.
Chuck Norris is cool.
He looks cool.
Yeah. No polar bears were hurt when the chandelier fell.
Good. They better not be, huh?
Yeah.
No cats either.
No cats. No dogs. Speaking of which. All right. Let's see. Went to church with him for a short time.
Oh, cool. Yeah, there's a video of him where he was on, I think it was, I want to say not Praise the Lord, but whatever they have on TV. I don't like TBS, but whatever's on TV. I'm a Christian, but I don't like TBS. Says a lot, huh? That is cool. That is really cool.
Okay, what did I just do? Hello?
TBN, not TBS. Sorry, guys. I told you I'm dyslexic. Whatever it is, I don't like that channel. So.
Okay, why am I not? Hold on a second.
You're fine.
I'm fine?
Yes, you're fine.
Okay. But I can't hear her anymore.
I'm not talking.
Oh, okay.
I'm just being quiet. I'm waiting for you guys to ask more questions.
Yeah, come on, guys.
I want to know where everybody is from.
Let's see. Make sure polar bears were evacuated to the sushi bar down the road. Yeah, we got people from Canada.
Wow.
The North Pole. Pennsylvania. Sandra's from her living room.
Cool.
With
I'm in the spare bedroom.
Snorter Poop is on the chandelier.
There you go.
So, let's see. So, okay. I think we're getting close to. This was great. John says he's from Northeast PA.
Cool.
And
Dallas.
Dallas, yes, we get a lot of Texans. And I'm from a secret Arctic wildlife facility in Florida.
Cool.
With all the carcasses next to him of his. So, okay. Well, Peggy, this was wonderful. I enjoyed this, and
Thank you.
I know the chat enjoyed it.
I had fun. Thank you so much.
Oh, did you hear Christine McVie died?
No, when?
Today. Well, yesterday.
Wow.
Yeah, they're dropping like flies.
I just started a subscription to a new magazine. I think it's called Rewind. And the first issue that I got, and they were all the celebrities who had passed, and I was kind of flipping through there, and I didn't know that one was gone. I didn't know that one was gone. It really surprised me.
Yeah. Wow. The time like sands through the hourglass.
I used to watch that. I can't believe I used to watch that dumb show.
Yeah, I didn't. I watched the ABC. I watched All My Children and One Life to Live. I did not watch General Hospital.
I watched General Hospital for about that long because I wanted to see Blackie, but who I think was John Stamos at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about as long as I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, when I was a teenager, it was Young and the Restless and the one with Steve and Betsy. Chris, help me out. Who? Steve and Betsy. I know it was Meg Ryan, but I don't know who played Steve. But then I got a little older and I got on Days of Our Lives. That stupid show Passions. Anybody watch Passions? What a train wreck that was.
Mm.
But I watched it because I saw it from the beginning. It was stupid, but I saw it from the first episode. So it's kind of a matter of principle. I stuck with it.
Yep, Snort. There are tons of hoaxes floating about celebrity deaths. Double check any announcements, but the ones tonight are true, sadly. Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. Let us start up. The CBC announced her death, so I think the report is more accurate than other sites.
Okay.
All right, so this was, again, and I'll keep saying it, but this was a fantastic interview. I am glad you came on.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I'm glad, you're most welcome. I am so glad FET mentioned you as a possible interviewee, because this was great. This was
Thank you
great.
to FET. Yeah.
Yes, and everybody, I know we already do, but please subscribe to Fet for Hire. He's amazing. Not that one. You wait to the dolphin. The dolphin is so much in a hurry. Subscribe to Fet for Hire.
There you go.
Great work. And
Put his Facebook group up there too. I don't have it handy, but
yeah, I don't.
but that if you can find it really quickly.
Let's see. Facebook. Let's see. Fits. There he is. Okay. All right.
Hey, while you're doing that, Chris, can you see the phantom thing behind me?
Yeah, I like that. That's Facebook page.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, hush, look at us. Slowpoke. Fine. There. Let's see. Oh, Pudgy. He says it's time for what, Pudgy?
Ice cream.
Ice cream, yeah. Ice cream. Let's see. It was very pleasurable, and thank you, Fet, for wherever you were lurking.
I think he's at work.
Yep. And people are saying, thanks for another great show. Well, thank you. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
And Legatus is saying, Slowpoke. Legatus got it faster than a speeding snail. Are you saying I'm slower than a snail?
Silas is stale? You guys know Silas?
Yeah.
Pinwheel. Silas the snail on Pinwheel.
Oh, okay. There's Fet for Hire Zazzle store. Thanks also Snorter, Poopus, Cuber, Pudgy Hedgehog, and all the pod and chat. Yes.
Thank you, everyone, so much.
Yes. Work. Hasty for you meant nasty. Nasty 4-letter word. Yeah. And Snort says I vote for ice cream. All right. Well, I guess it's time for. Oh, who's this? Like a kid again.
Oh,
hello.
hi.
Hello, like a kid again. Welcome.
Hi. I know who that is.
I'm glad you're here.
I love you too. Thank you.
Welcome to the channel, please.
That's my buddy. He's my buddy.
Oh, okay. Like a kid again. Okay, welcome.
Did you just get off work, Scott?
Oh, okay. Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream. You scream. Oh, he said he did.
Cool.
Well, you
can watch it on the playback. That's cool. As long as you made it, I'm happy you're here.
Yeah. Oh, nice doggy. He looks like a nice dog.
This is Scott. He is my Nickelodeon buddy, my Pinwheel buddy.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. And let's go and again get to the. Let's get the link out there. There's her blog spot again. Please go to it. And Legatus has ice cream in a bowl or a cone, waffle or regular.
Ice cream in a bowl, but frozen yogurt in a cone, in a waffle cone.
Okay. See, we get all the juicy tidbits out of here, especially when it comes from food. We are the food talking pod. All right, so it's time. Yes, guys, I know you've been waiting with bated breath for it.
It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. It's time for show notes. with Mr. Raymond and Sandra too. It's time for show notes done.
That was cute.
And guess who created it? Fett.
Of course.
That was another Fett creation.
Cool.
Yes.
That's cute.
All right, show notes. Okay. This Sunday, because I have a commitment on Saturday, we're going to be doing a Just Cuz on Sunday. We're going to have Just Cuz, the usual shenanigans. Also, I may have a possible interview with a Marine who will talk about Toys for Tots. I'm still trying to get that set up. So that is coming up this Sunday. On a week from today, Pearl Harbor Day, we're going to have Michael Donahue talk about World War II and some collectibles that he has. On December 14th, we're going to have Brick Plania, who does military models out of Legos and sells those.
Cool.
Yeah. And we have on the 21st, Grace, one of our other authors that we've talked to here. We have Grace Staley Kay coming out with a new book release, and we'll talk about it then. And on the 28th, we're going to have Kamiron Miller, a musician. Come on. And and Just Cuz's will be every Saturday, unless I say otherwise because of commitments. So that is show notes for tonight. Let's see. And Legata says, I deny who inspired Fett to create that. Yeah. Sometimes I wonder. No. Hail Fett for hire.
Hail Fit for hire.
Yep. Okay, so that is show notes, and we are going to say goodnight to everybody. 4:30 comes way too early for me.
It's early for anybody. Mm-hmm. I could stay up until 4:30, but I don't think I could get up at 4:30.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know where this discussion with tater tots is going, but
no, I've had enough tater tots to last a while.
Yeah. Let's see.
Wedge cut French fries, okay. Tater tots,
yeah. Especially from Sonic tater tots.
That's where they came from. What do you think? No, I'm good.
Okay. Let's see. So, let me start saying, and that's how Legatus was banished to the kitty table permanently. Yes. Good night, everyone. Pudgy waves and bounces happily. Yep. All right.
Hi,
so
Pudgy.
good night, Pudgy. So good night to Legatus Legionai. The first in, last out of the wrenches. Good night to John Rendell. Good night to Pudgy Hedgehog. And also a big good night to Startup Book Pass. Cubar.com. Good show tonight. Good show.
And real quick, I just want to say thank you to Tammy, Stacy, /Chris, and Scott for coming. They're personal friends of mine. Thank you, guys.
Good. Yes.
You guys know I love you.
All right. Please share this out with everybody and show them what we do here, and that we interview great people like Peggy Sue, and just have a great time. Let's see. So my producer and the lead wrench, Sandra, thank you again, honey, for keeping me out of trouble and helping me out. Yeah. Thank you for Pat S. coming, Matt G., Tony Stark, newcomers, Big Bad Brat, 100, Stacy Pletcher. Thank you again, Chris. And Like a Kid again. Thank you for coming. Hope you guys will come back again. We have fun here. Lots of fun. And if you're not careful, you'll end up at the kitty table. So everybody, have a good night. And more importantly, thank you, Peggy Sue, for coming on and allowing this interview, this wonderful time, and finding out about your fantastic book. Her book is called Tangled Hearts. And can you get that at? Is it on Amazon?
It is on Amazon, yes.
Okay. Do you have the link to it?
I sent you the link.
You did. Okay. I gotta find it.
It's also on my blog. I posted today on my blog that I'd be here today, so.
Okay. Huh. It's not on the page that
It should be on the page I sent you. I thought it was. Is it in your email maybe?
Oh wait, there's more. Hold on. No.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, we talk about the book. It would be a shame if we don't get the link out there.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. I know Legatus is already working on it, but I'll try and do it myself. Okay, Tangled Hearts. Let's see. Now, of course, there's other
500 books by that name.
Yeah. Let's see. Tangled Hearts.
I know how to get this.
Got it.
Why didn't I just go to Word and grab it? It's still there.
There we go. Now, of course, it's too big, but there you go.
Okay, hang on. I can. Hang on.
We're not going there, Legatus. No.
I just put it in there.
Okay. In the private chat or?
Now I put it in the. No, I can't do that. I put it in the chat room with everybody.
Oh, okay. I don't think it'll show if you're not a moderator. Here, put it in the private chat.
I can't.
All right.
Can you guys see it in the chat at all? If somebody in the chat can see it, copy it and repaste it, please.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've got this big link that goes to be continued.
So, because I'm on my, I call it my big computer, posting the link in the chat, but I can't get that link on my laptop while I'm talking to you.
Okay. Well, it's on her. It's on the Nickelodeon blog spot.
I posted a blog today, and it's a special announcement. So if you'll go to that page, go all the way to the bottom. And I've also got it. It's on the side of the strip on the side. You see the cover of the book. You can click on the book, and it'll take you straight to Amazon.
All right.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys can copy that and paste it for me, can you see it at all?
Let's see.
Let's
see.
I'm trying to figure out how I can, because I'm not connected to any of you guys on Facebook, so I can't send it on Facebook.
Let's see here. Let's see. Let me call it. Well, we've.
Hang on.
Let's see something here.
Okay, if maybe I can just email it to you real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
How come it's not? How come you can't type in private chat?
Because I can't get to it from here.
Oh,
I don't think I can. I don't think I can.
Click on the private chat button.
Let me get out of here. Let me go here. Hopefully you can still.
Up. There she goes. She got it. Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you.
Thank you. Let's see. Yep, I knew. Okay. All right, there it goes. She says it's a long link, but it works, and it does. So there's the book. You can go in there, and you can look for her book, Tangled Hearts by Peggy Sue Clay. Read it. All right. So, everybody, you have a great rest of the week. See you Sunday for Just 'Cause. Be safe, be well, and good night, all.
Good night. Thank you.
Okay. All right, let's try that. Copy. I'm going to. Oh, okay. A shorter one.
The shorter one.
There you go. See you guys Sunday and have a good night.
Good night.
This segment is brought to you by the